coming off a 2-fight losing streak. I mean, how does this feel to just come in Phoenix and get hometown?
Dude, coming off a 2-fight losing streak last year was like the hardest year of my life. So, you know, and that only come down to a matter of seconds. You know, the whole 2 fights. You know, I dominated those guys. I'm better than they are. So, it really took a hard hit for me last year to take those 2 losses to 2 guys that I felt like I should have beat, and I feel like they felt the same way, you know. And so it means a lot to be able to bounce back and feel like myself again, because that was a rough year last year for me. So,
what has that process been like? Like, have you sort of self-examined yourself and look at like what is happening in these fights? Because you're right, you dominated both of those fights until the second.
Yeah, man. You know, like I had to really like just man, slow things down, man, and just be a smarter person, and you know, try to fix mistakes and do things better the first time instead of like learning from it, you know what I mean, and like having to reevaluate it, but actually taking a hard look at it before you go into it, and you know, dissect it that way instead of do it and then, you know, kind of like the bull and then think about it afterwards. So had to be more like the matador mentality, you know.
Were you worried? Did you feel like your job was on the line?
Well, dude, I mean, I know I'm pretty sure I'm about 100%, you know, it's close to 100% that was my last fight on my contract. So, you know, with that being said, you know, like I wanna feel like I'm appreciated, and you know, hopefully, you know, the right contract and the right opportunity presents itself now, you know what I mean? Because I feel like I am elite, and, you know, I would like to be, you know, reciprocated and, you know, financially in that kind of way.
Does it feel personally like the best win of your career? Like, to make you the happiest of anything?
No, man, like a knockout or a finish would have made me the happiest, but it's definitely a right step towards the direction that, you know, I should have been already headed. So like I got to make up some ground, but man, it's just so good to be back in the W side and just like feel like myself again, you know, and like, you know, do it for myself and for my family and like for myself, you know. It was just it's nice. So
I know you trained at the lab. I mean, what's it been like this week? Because we're having a hometown blast. It's been a little different. Like you're trying to put yourself.
Yeah, man. So like, the lab is great, and that's a lot of the thing like that I had to reevaluate. You know, I talked to Crouch, and like those guys are like family. Like, man, he's came to my house in Nashville and like had dinner with my family, and like my mom's babysit his kids, and like, you know, like they're all like family over there. But dude, between like me living in Nashville, me and my girlfriend Rebecca living in LA, and then trying to train at the lab, like I spread myself thin last year, and like my camps, dude, I felt like I was just traveling the whole time, and like I wasn't learning because I was going to so many gyms in LA, I was going to so many gyms in Arizona, and then like I had my family in Nashville and I had my home team there, so I was just like, I was spread out and I had all these different like advices, and so like by the time I start picking something up, I'd be learning it a different way, and then so I just had to refocus, and now I got a great coach, you know, Anthony Hardunk. He's amazing. We got a good connection. We understand each other. He actually like has the time and is putting the time into me, and we're building something. So that's been great, man. You know, like not traveling so much has been huge, man. Like I told the lab I couldn't make it out for this camp, and they were supportive of it. But yeah, man, I just had to stay put and be comfortable, man, and not spread myself thin.
You kind of touched on it earlier, but can you kind of clarify the game plan? It looked like you were really pushing forward to try to wear him down. And were you surprised that already in the first round he was already kind of doubling over and putting his hands on his knees? And what did that signal to you when you saw that happen?
Yeah, man, like it showed. I knew he was gonna get tired at some point, but like he would do that. But like he's real explosive. So he's got that quick burst. Like even though he would rest for a second, he would just rest to explode again. So I still had to be cautious because like he wasn't necessarily losing any pop or like power. You know what I mean? He felt pretty consistent with his strength, but he was taking those seconds to build up that push again. So like I had to be cautious because you know he drops a lot of guys like that, and I've seen him do it in his fights. So it was still one of those things. You know, he was still dangerous, even though he looked like he was like. I think he's kind of like baits a little bit. He kind of he's thinking a lot in there. I think he baits a little bit to try to get somebody slipping and, you know, catch one coming in. So I was just being cautious as possible, man. I couldn't afford to slip up, you know, so.
Given kind of what's happened in the past 2 fights, where you dominated, the second round it seemed like you almost maybe got rocked. Did you? And was there a moment in your head of like, oh, this isn't happening yet?
Yeah, man. Like, dude had a lot of pop to him. So, he's dropped. I think he's dropped both the guys that he lost to as well. Yeah. So he caught me with a few solid shots, and you know that's the game, man. Like these gloves are small and they're fast. You know, like you might see them, but then like they just slip in. You know, it's not much, and so. Yeah, man, he hit me a couple of solid times, but yeah, I was just, you know, I was determined to get the win and just be smart, man, and not rush things and, you know, slip up again, because fuck that.
You mentioned that potentially this might be the last fight of your contract.
Yeah.
Do you want to stay in the UFC, or are you more focused on?
Oh man,
whoever gives you the best
the goal is to be in the top in the UFC, you know, but I definitely want to like. Get my worth, you know what I mean, and like it's a career, man, and like you know I gotta provide for my kid in the future and my girlfriend and my family. Like I want to be able to help the people I love, you know, and I want to feel like I'm getting helped as well. So you know I put in a lot of time and I grind a lot, and you know I feel like I'm deserving of you know that kind of financial stability, you know.
Hey Luke, being that this is your first camp with Anthony and Vladimir, do you notice any real differences? Kind of pinpoint between the lab and those guys?
Dude, the lab they're both great gyms, and like I think it all depends on the person, you know, because you know you got gyms like you know like Conor McGregor, who's he from? Like Till, you know, like what are his like. You got Whitaker, like who are all these people they're training with? Like you don't have to be from a huge camp, you know what I'm saying? Like you don't have to be from a huge camp, and like and the team I'm with right now, they've really put the time into me, and like you know it's not a huge team, but you know we make up for it in other ways, and that's what's important is building and getting direction and getting that one-on-one time. For me, some people need to grind all day and like. You know, fight all the time, man. I grew up, you know, in a trailer in between 2 hoods. So, like, for me, like, fighting isn't, like, something I got to build up for. You know, I just kind of, like, grew up doing it. So, it just depends on who you are and what you need. Some people need that push every day and, like, to really get knocked around and just, like, be in dogfights all the time. Like, for me, you know, I don't have to have that. You know, I got it.
Personal time that they can give to you as opposed to having to split with.
I don't prefer either one, but right now I'm very happy where I'm at, and I like the way it's going. You know, I think they're both great. It just depends on what you need and what you feel, and you know where you're comfortable. You know, and I'm comfortable at home, and I'm comfortable doing what I'm doing, and you know I'm comfortable with this W. So I'm loving it all right now. So appreciate it, man. Thanks a million.